Oh, hey guys. My name's Anthony and I'm part of our wonderful middle school ministry team here at Milestone. And hey, it's that time, right? Christmas is just around the corner and I am so excited. There are so many amazing things that I love about this time of year. Some of those things are like spending time with the family or having the great food that we have. I mean, come on, we all have great food during Christmas, right? Or buying gifts for loved ones, or the church services where we just sing and they're just so much fun. Let me know down in the chat or in the comments what your favorite things about Christmas are. But hey, all of those things are fine and dandy, everything I mentioned, it's all great, but I want to ask you guys a more serious question. You ready? And here it is. What is Christmas really about? Today, we're going to talk about the answer to this question. Now, if you went up to someone and you asked them, hey, what's Christmas really about? You probably get a lot of different answers, don't you think? Sometimes we think Christmas is about gifts, right? That was weird. Or sometimes we think Christmas is about things like decorating, like this tree behind me here. Oh, this is pretty cool. Other times, we really love to get chocolate during Christmas, right? Christmas is about chocolate, yeah? Sometimes you might get someone say, well, Christmas is cold, so Christmas is about snow and ice. Or sometimes we think Christmas is about, coming in on a cold day and drinking some hot chocolate. Don't throw it. Delicious, it's very good. Anyway, so we think Christmas maybe is about those things, but the truth is Christmas isn't about those things at all. In fact, where I am right now isn't actually the best way I can describe Christmas to you. If we really want to talk about what Christmas is, the best place I can take you is here, in public, in this world that God so wisely and beautifully created. What if I told you that right here, in front of Niagara Falls, with all the people around, all the nature, and all this noise and craziness, this actually has more to do with Christmas than being in front of a Christmas tree. Now, I know you might be wondering why that is, and don't worry, I'm going to explain. Because you see, there's a very, very special word that we're going to learn together today. This word is really what Christmas is all about. It's describing the most amazing thing to ever happen here on earth. And it's a word that we should always remember at Christmas. So let's go back to about 2,700 years, to the year 740 before Christ, 740 BC. At this moment in time, God has made a deal with his chosen people. And those chosen people were called Israel. Now, the people of Israel had a pattern of behavior, which means things they would do over and over and over again. And this was their pattern. They would obey God's commands at first, but then, shortly after, they would forget about him. They would disobey. And it's right here in the book of Isaiah, we see this pattern happening. And the people are in a bad place. In fact, they were in a very vulnerable place. And because of this, they knew an enemy called the Assyrians was coming to attack them. Now, what if this was you? Wouldn't you be scared if someone came to attack you while you were vulnerable? I know I certainly would be. I'd be so afraid. If I'm in a bad place, I'm making mistakes, I'm feeling low, and then someone just comes and attacks me, puts me even more down. How would you guys feel? Let me know down in the comments below. There's one thing in particular I'd lose, and that is hope. I would feel completely hopeless. And it's in this moment that God speaks through Isaiah. Now, you might be asking yourself, who is Isaiah? Well, Isaiah was a prophet. And a prophet is someone who used to speak on behalf of God. They would give messages to the people from him, and these messages sometimes were called prophecies. And in chapter 7, Isaiah spoke this particular prophecy as something that would happen in the future. And this is what he says. Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. Did you catch it? That's our word. It's right there. That's the one we're learning together today. It's the word that was spoken so long ago and yet means so much today. It's the word that gave the Israelites hope and still gives us that same hope today. It's what Christmas is all about. It's the word Emmanuel. Emmanuel. And Emmanuel means this. Immanu, which means with us, and El, which means God. So you put those together, you get Emmanuel. God with us. God with us. God with us. God with us. It's just so meaningful. Guys, of course, Christmas time has trees, presents, snow, and hot chocolate. Those are all great things, but those things have nothing to do with why Christmas even exists. Christmas is about Emmanuel. Christmas is about Jesus. Jesus who is God. Jesus came down to earth on Christmas, his birthday, to be with humans, to be in this creation. Remember, we were at the falls, we were around people, it was noisy. You see, if we look at this scripture and we fast forward 700 years later, after the prophet Isaiah spoke that prophecy, an angel spoke to Joseph about Mary, Jesus' mom. And this is what the angel said. He said, "She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Isn't that amazing news? God came to earth. God was physically, humanly among us. Jesus could have stayed up in heaven with all of his glory and angels worshiping him all day, but he came down here for you and me, and he did this because of how much he loves us. He became Emmanuel, God with us. Christmas, Christmas, is about Jesus coming down to his creation to be with us. So, this Christmas season, let's remember Emmanuel. That's our word. That's the word we learned today. God with us. God is with us. And when we get together with our families, when we open our gifts, when we put things under the Christmas tree, when we put up our ornaments, when we go outside in the cold, let's share with those around us. Christmas is about Emmanuel, Jesus. And that is the answer to the question that we asked at the beginning. Jesus, Emmanuel, is always with you, no matter where you go or what you do. Merry Christmas, everyone.